Busted!
Yeah, you have it on?
I have it on.
Perfect. Hi everyone, today we are going to look into a charging station case that we have here at Papp. In this particular case, we are collaborating with the owners of the charging stations. And this case is pretty interesting. So we know for the fact that the average time of charging is around 2 hours based on the owners of the charging stations. But in this project, we have installed 6 sensors here to the 6 charging stations. And we have collected some data on the parking behavior on these charging stations. Let me show you the location right here in Papp Insights. Even though the owner of the charging points are saying, yeah, we see around 2 hours every transactions in average, we can see that the parking behavior is actually close to 6 hours. So right here, we have detected that the average parking time is actually 5 hours and 58 minutes. So that's a mismatch here, and we want to figure out what's going on. So I think the next thing we need to do is that let's go out to the site and see what's going on the site, because obviously something is wrong here and people are not charging as they should. So yeah, let's grab the code and go outside for a walk. We are at the site right now. So this is the location that I showed you on the Papp Insights. So you can see here we have the 6 charging stations where we put some sensors on. And right now, as we speak, we can actually see that there's 4 out of 6 charging points that are actually occupied by combustion engines. So this may be the reason why we see a higher average parking time compared to how long people are charging in average. So I think this is how one of the examples that we can do with Papp Insights is to identify which charging stations that are actually being kind of misused instead of being using effectively. So yeah, this is just one example of how the charging stations are being used in this particular area. Yeah, now we're back here at the office. So clearly that was a very interesting case. We can see that people are parking there, and in this case, very unusual I think, but the 4 out of 6 charging stations was occupied, and that was actually occupied by combustion engines. And this is a very interesting case, because in the app, they would probably say that there was actually 6 out of 6 available charging slots, but we can just based on our sensors see that actually 4 out of 6 of them was actually occupied, and they didn't actually charge. So you can actually see it on the public charging apps right now. So this is just one very interesting case that we can see, hey, we can identify that there's a problem. And maybe this is for discussion about how can we actually accommodate this kind of behaviors, because this is obviously not good for the charging operators, and it's not good for e-mobility either. So based on this knowledge and data, we can actually identify where there's a misuse of the charging stations and see how can we actually improve the environment for e-mobility in the future. So yeah, that was just one example of how we work with charging stations here at Papp Mobility. See you next time.